Hey, Domain Dave again, cheapwinefinder.com. Another wine review podcast. We're everywhere. We got a website. We do podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, I think Instagram. Yeah, we're out there. So here we've had a local wine. I picked up a local grocery store. We have a Mariano's. I think it's a Safeway. Chains are now everywhere. And this is the La Galope Gascone Rosé 2023. It's from Gascony, which is in southwest France. It's between the Pyrenees and the Atlantic Ocean. It's an area better known for Armagnac, a fortified wine, other than it is for wines, but they do pretty good with white wines. Red wines are like 10%, and rosés are red wine. La Galope means gallop. What that has to do with rosé, I do not know. But, they're French. What can I say? And what are the grapes? I know that one of the grapes is Merlot, but they tend to change the blend from year to year. In the 2023 vintage, they haven't. They never have it, but there's no production notes. Sometimes it's Cabernet Sauvignon, other times it's indigenous local red grapes. But it doesn't really matter as long as it tastes good. And it does. It's an IGP wine, and it's one of the 5 designated IGP locations in France. You see Vindiac, there's a IGP one, and the Languedoc, and there's other places where they do IGP, but this is one of them. It's one you don't hear too often. So here we go. It's a pretty wine. It's a pretty color. It's pink with some amber. Let me take a sip. And it got a nice flavor. It's not a complicated wine, but it is flavorful. And at $10, I bought it for $9.99. I checked one of the websites on the internet that does, they tell you what the going rate is for wine and stuff, and usually it's $13. $10 is a good price, but that, to me, for a rosé is kind of the sweet spot. You can pay more money for a rosé, and maybe it does a thing that you like or whatever, but the value price wines tend to really be good. I know going to Provence, which is further inward, it's like south central France. I mean, those wines can go up to $100, but under $20 ones are just as good as the other ones. To me, I don't know. Well, I do know. I know what I like. So this is a $10, maybe a $13 rosé from the south of France, southwest of France, Atlantic Ocean. And it really tastes good. I mean, it's just a tasty rosé. I mean, I don't think it's going to win awards or anything, but it might win a trip to your refrigerator where you can put a chill on it. It's got good acidity. It's one of those wines that it doesn't go overboard. I used to really like wines that kind of are like salted pretzels at a beer bar where it makes you want to take another sip. This one's far more subtle than that. It makes you want to take another sip, but it doesn't really. There's no flashing lights. You're just taking the other sip and you don't know why. The flavors are really fresh. It's none of them are like too sweet. None of them. This is dry. It's got good length. The flavors kind of go for a while. You take a sip and it doesn't die out. It's a well-made wine. It's got good acidity. It's got good length. And it's anywhere from $10 to $13. And that's what you want out of a rosé. Nowadays, you can get rosés from everywhere. But why not get a French wine, red rosé wine? And it's from a winery. Well, the winery doesn't have a really good website. It doesn't really tell you much. But Gascon isn't really, a big going. They're not going to spend a fortune, trying to use their website to sell you wine. So it's kind of cool. It's not a wine that is on the hit parade. It's not a wine that might be everywhere, but if you can find it in your stores, and it is out there, go for it. It's a great rosé. Chill it up. You don't have to worry about, sometimes you put too much of a chill in a wine, it kind of knocks the flavors off a little bit. I mean, it kind of hides them, and it makes them go to sleep. But this is a wine that's got so much flavor, you're not making it go to sleep. I think that's my fourth sip. Like I always say, I don't give stars, I don't give points, but when I'm drinking it in a podcast, I do give sips. And it's tasty, and it tastes delicious. It's the La Galope Gascone Rosé 2023. You know, Gascone isn't the first place you think of for French wine. A wine about galloping is not something you would think would be a wine should be named after, though it's a wine brand. They have a Sauvignon Blanc, they have a Chardonnay, and they have a Malbec of all things. Actually, Cahors is in the same region, more or less, far away, and that's a Malbec region, but that's another region. So there you go. This is actually a really good wine to drink. If you can find it and you want to have your favorite rosé of the summer, the La Galope Gascone Rosé 2023 just might be it. I mean, it's that good for $10. I mean, and you want a rosé? Why spend on John Bon Jovi's wine when you can get two for that? So, adios, keep it cheap. This is Domain Dave. Stay cool. We've got more wines coming up. This is usually in the summertime I have trouble finding good wines, but all we've had lately is good wines. So I hope you've been following through, because we're drinking good wines. So adios, keep it cheap, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.